Hello all, this is the Happy Career Guru channel. I'm Prasad. My wife says I should be smiling a lot more in these videos. So if you see me smiling across the video, thank my wife. Now, I want to thank you all a lot for all the engagement last week. I got a lot of good comments from you. I could see that a lot of the themes that I presented connected with you personally, and you guys came back and gave me that feedback. And my intention with all of these videos that I'm going to post in the Happy Career Guru channel will be to make you think. In some cases, I may provide some answers, but I don't know all the answers. My only intention would be to make sure that I help you ask the right questions. The answers you can arrive at yourself. And I can also help you there, but in many cases, the answers are all within you. Now, people ask me if I had to summarize all of the stuff that I presented last week in a simplistic way in one or two words, what would they be? And I'll summarize it with a very simple thing. The entire theme around what we are trying to do here would be around you and control. There is a particular image that's actually going around the circles at this moment in time. It talks about the circles of control. I've seen at least about 10 to 15 people post content similar to this in LinkedIn. This particular image is from my friend Shivani, who's a life and executive coach in Singapore in a company called Mind Ready. You should check her out on LinkedIn. Now, coming to these three circles, the first circle is the circle of concern. These are things that you can be concerned about, but you don't influence or control. The second one is circle of influence. As the name suggests, you can influence what happens here, but you cannot control it. And finally, we come to the third part, which is the things that you can actually actively control. If you dive deeper into this, circle of concern is things like global warming or pandemic, or if the Great Recession is going to come to the United States of America, you possibly want to be looking at exactly how you're allocating or how aggressively you're allocating your 401k, for instance, right? Now, you cannot do anything except prepare for it and act on it. But the one thing I do want to emphasize on, especially in the circle of concern, is other people's thoughts and other people's actions. We sometimes make a lot of assumptions that we actually know what they are thinking. I think we should stop making those assumptions because you don't necessarily know how somebody is looking at the same situation that you are looking at. There's actually a quote from somebody which says, two people look out of the same bars. One sees the sand, one sees the stars, right? So you need to know that you don't necessarily have enough control or influence about other people's thoughts and actions. Now let's come to the circle of influence. These are things that you can actually control. These are things like your family, your friends, the colleagues, your peers, exactly how you set up the relationships with them and how they can be mutually beneficial as such, right? How your home environment is right now. You can influence all of these things pretty well. One of the interesting things to note here is career is actually part of the circle of influence. And this is very much resonating with what I presented last week. If you think about it, there's a lot of things that you can do that can actually shape your career. But remember that there are a lot of things that are outside of your control that actually can change the trajectory of your career, right? So let's come to the most important circle of them all for me. The circle of what you can control, your beliefs, your actions, where you put your time on, where you focus your attention on, exactly how you think, whether you actually, let's say, go to more towards positive thinking or you want to keep telling yourself the negative narratives that we talk about, the kind of stories we talk about, right? If you look at last week's 13-minute video, this is exactly where we honed in on. We talked about your strengths, how you align your strengths with your job, your belief, your purpose, how you make sure that you actively engage in your career, how you demonstrate the right kind of personal leadership behaviors, right? Everything was all about you. So if you want to think about what is the biggest theme, and I would definitely encourage you, if you haven't seen the 13-minute video, to go and see it anyway. It's all about you. And whatever I'm going to do in the next many videos that I'm going to present here is hone in on you and what you can take care of and what you can do to actually shape your career and your life going forward. As we go into next week, I will start talking about a particular theme around strengths and how you connect your strengths to your job content. So that's going to come up next week. In the week after that, I'm actually going to spend a lot of time looking at blind spots and blockers so that we actually understand what are these blind spots we're talking about. Now, if you actually Google blind spots, there's a lot of psychological stuff that are blind spots, and you can actually definitely research that. I'll try to keep it fairly practical, sort of somewhere in the middle of talking a little bit about the psychological aspects of blind spots, but also talking about the practical aspects of, let's say, conversational blind spots or behavioral blind spots that we can actually control. But please engage with my channel in YouTube. Please subscribe to it. That way you'll get informed whenever there's a new video that's posted. Please also follow me on LinkedIn. Search for happy space career space guru on LinkedIn and you'll find me. And if you have any questions and you want to start your career transformation journey, please reach out to me at info@happycareer.guru. It's one word, happycareer.guru, Guru, info@happycareer.guru. Thank you very much, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye.